Welcome to the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Grantee Training. In this presentation, we will be providing an overview of Notice of Funding Opportunities. In this training we will discuss the function of a Notice of Funding Opportunity and its contents, where potential grantees can find Notice of Funding Opportunities for their projects, a summary of important information to remember, and where to find additional resources. A Notice of Funding Opportunity, commonly referred to as a NOFO, is a planning tool used to outline expectations, conditions, and considerations of the grant. It formally announces state or federal pass-through funding availability through financial assistance programs. The NOFO contains standardized language as well as program-specific information to be reviewed by potential grantees. The NOFO covers everything a grantee needs to know. For example, the announcement provides eligibility and evaluation criteria, details on how and when to submit completed applications, contact information for the funding entity, and how the application will be reviewed. The NOFO outlines all details potential grantees need to know about the award process and the award itself. Let's review the basic contents of the NOFO. The program description explains the intent of the program and what the awarding agency will require grantees to accomplish with their grant funds. Funding information details how much money will be awarded and how those funds are meant to be used. Eligibility outlines what entities and organizations are eligible to apply. The NOFO provides instructions on how to complete the application and how, when, and where to submit their application and what additional documentation is required. Within the application review section, the NOFO addresses the criteria on which the application will be measured against. Award administration outlines expectations of the grantee and funding terms. Agency contact identifies the point of contact for questions about the Notice of Funding Opportunity and requirements. Any additional information that will assist a potential applicant in the process can be found under Other. Individuals and organizations interested in receiving grant funds are encouraged to visit the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity website where they can learn more about individual offices that fund specific types of programs. The Catalog of State Financial Assistance, or CSFA, is a list that shows all state of Illinois grant opportunities. Potential grantees are encouraged to check this resource often for emerging grant opportunities. At the bottom of this screen, you will find instructions on how to receive funding announcements via email. And finally, the DCEO Grantee Resource page contains a wealth of information on the preparation, implementation, follow-up, and execution of the grant award, as well as other valuable resources to ensure success. From the Grantee Resources site, grantees can review current grant opportunities offered by the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity by visiting the Apply for Funding page. Here, you can review the types of programs being funded by DCEO and explore the contents of a NOFO. All these resources can be found by scanning the QR code on the screen with your personal device. To summarize, a Notice of Funding Opportunity, or NOFO, announces grant funding availability. The NOFO contains details on who can apply, how to apply, expectations of grantees, when applications are due, and points of contacts in the process. The NOFO contains several sections, and within these sections are specific details about the funding opportunity. For this reason, DCEO encourages all potential grantees to thoroughly review the Notice of Funding Opportunity, share it with colleagues attached to your project to ensure all members are on the same page. Exercise good judgment to determine if your organization can meet all requirements. DCEO encourages potential grantees to use the NOFO as a checklist, as it outlines every requirement in detail. This helps ensure you have included as much information as possible as well as all required documentation. Should you find yourself in doubt when completing the grant application, always refer to the Notice of Funding Opportunity. The Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity is excited to work with grantees by providing grant funding to support their programs. You can learn more about preparing for a grant by visiting the GAT2 resource page at gata.illinois.gov/resources. GAT2 stands for Grant Accountability and Transparency Unit, which is part of the Governor's Office of Management and Budget, also known as GOMB. You may also visit DCEO's Grantee Resource page by scanning the QR code with your mobile device or visit dceo.illinois.gov/dceo-grants. Thank you for watching this presentation on Notice of Funding Opportunities. If you have any questions, please reach out to ceo.granthelp@illinois.gov.